Just about set for action here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. Drew Felios, Sereni Angolia, and our phenomenal crew here for the Youth World Flag Football Championships. And our first game of the day, the Florida TTG, trained to go take on these New York Poconos, who throw off here to start the competition. And of course, different rules here in flag football we're going to be going over throughout the next several hours. The main thing, Rini, it's not 11 on 11, it is 5 on 5.
Yeah, it's a quick game in space. As you said, we'll talk about the rules. The important thing is these games go extremely quick. You're going to see the clock, how fast it runs on. You got to get off to a quick start here in these type of tournaments.
And don't exactly play with first downs in the 10-yard variety as well. 4 downs to cross midfield, 4 downs also to get it down the field and score. If not, it is a turnover on possession. Little flick right there. We're going to see some creative play calling today, and into the end zone to start the game is Florida.
And every single year we call these flag football championships, the most important thing is flag pulling. And you saw it there. They had a chance to pull the receiver's flag 3 or 4 times and just missed. You got to break down, you got to get low, and you got to get to that flag. I mean, that should have been a flag pull, you know, for a nice reception. But 1, 2, 3 guys have a chance. They don't pull. And to the house goes TTG with the first score of the game.
Now here's a 1-point attempt on the extra point. 1 point from 5 yards out from the end zone, and the flag is going to be pulled, so only 6 points on the board. Still a good start for Florida. But Rini, you said it. Flag pulling is just like tackling.
Yeah.
It takes fundamentals and it takes concentration.
You got to do it. And that was Eric Card for the Poconos team on that 1-point conversion that got upfield and did a nice job getting that pull there. So, but a good start for TTG right out of the gate there, getting that reception and taking it to the house for the touchdown.
Not very deep benches on both sides. New York with 8 players on the roster. Florida counters with 9. And a good start. The team from the Sunshine State playing. Obviously, you got to think close to home. So a bit of a home field edge as they will return here on the throw-off. The ball is bobbled as it comes up to the half-point
And
mark.
remember, if you're new to flag football, there is no fumbling. The ball hits the ground, it's dead, so it's going to be their ball. They'll set it up there. They'll get their 4 downs to get it over midfield. But yeah, no fumbling in flag football. I mean, you can fumble, but the ball's dead.
So now the New York Poconos, Team in Green, take over here. Excited to see the creative play calling that this team brings to the field. First play from scrimmage. Toss it to the far side. It is caught. And Eric Lee turns around, and he is going to dart for the end zone. So 2 offensive plays, 2 touchdowns on both sides.
Yeah, again, not very good in the flag pulling department. Now, big Eric Lee, like a big tight end there, makes that catch around midfield. Good spins, good throw back to him. Nice job. You say to yourself, well, you know, why don't you don't tuck the football away in flag football because there is no fumbles. And the reason why you carry the ball out in front like that is you don't want a flag guard, because if you throw your hand down, that'll be a penalty. They didn't do it there, and they go for the conversion and not going to get it. Tied at 6.
Just over 6 minutes to play here in the opening session. The whole slate of games is going to be fast and furious here throughout the day, so try and keep up with us.
2 throw-offs, 2 plays, and 2 conversion attempts so far in this game, and we're 6-6.
Seeing the importance of tackling when you have a big guy like Eric Lee coming at
Yeah.
you too. It's kind of like trying to tackle a big guy. You gotta, can't be intimidated. It's tough to set those feet, grab those flags, stay concentrated as well. Ball taken from inside the 5 here. And good job on the return here from Florida, as they'll have it in pretty good field position.
And obviously no blocking in flag football. That's why you see after the returner catches that throw off, all the players just stay positioned on his team, and he tries to get what he can, and a good flag pull there.
Flag football, we've talked about its growth, also being used by the normal, regular tackle football programs across the country. You hear the 7-on-7 all the time.
Yeah.
It is really fine-tuning and sharpening the skills of teams, high school, college, across the country.
It's essentially 7-on-7 is
Yeah.
what flag football is. Obviously, they only play with 5 here, but same concept.
So back to throw now, a little sidearm action, and not much there on the gain.
And see, that's a good way to get a pull. You kind of, you can't impede the receiver, right? But you kind of bump him a little bit while you're getting the pull, and you'll get away with that one, right? Almost like taking a little bit of a block in basketball, just kind of a little bump and moving out of the way.
So remember, 4 plays to get into the end zone. Little pump fake, toss it up in the air, and nearly intercepted. That's Eric Lee again, who is making a difference. So Eric Lee, see the bystanders with their cameras out, trying to get a snapshot of these championships, and Lee nearly reeled that one in.
Well, he's mad at himself that he didn't intercept that, but good job playing center field at that safety position. Read the quarterback's eyes nicely.
Another chance here for Florida. Running out of chances here on their second possession. Not much, and that's a good job, Rainey, keeping everything in front.
Correct. And for the New York team, too, you needed to get it across midfield, right, to get another 4 downs to try to score, and they got it across there. Keep this drive alive for them.
Wind is picking up here. Wind can play a difference, especially when you're trying to grab those flags. Flapping in the wind. Little motion here from Florida. Nice scramble, still alive, trying to keep this play going, spinning and scoring, and a little spin of the football to go with it. How about that?
Yeah, right down the left sideline. Tremendous run. Again, multiple opportunities for the New York team to get flag pulls.
Is that Patrick Mahomes out there? Kind of looks like him, huh?
He's got the same hairdo. And he does an excellent job not only avoiding the pulls, but staying in bounds as well down that left sideline.
Now, I was reading and watching, that's one of the most popular haircuts now for teenagers. The Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes?
Yes, sir.
Would you call it a little bit of a mullet style
Yeah,
to it?
yep, I'm considering going with it.
You would look good in that, Drew.
I think so. Okay, so here we go. 1-point conversion coming up for this Florida team. Again, motion on the far side. Here comes the rush, and that's the key right there, Rini. If you can get pressure, it certainly pays off. It's no good.
Yeah, got the pressure right away, got the pull, so the catch doesn't count. You see that pressure right up the middle there. Lucas Antal for the New York team.
Also, too, flag football, when that becomes a real short field, it's really difficult sometimes to punch it in, isn't it?
Yeah, because when it's a short field, obviously the out of bounds are always another defender, but with that shortness, the back of the end zone's a defender as well, so you can really pack it in tight, and those short to intermediate passes become difficult.
Absolutely. Drew Felios, Rini Angolia, and our phenomenal crew here at Disney. Oh, so many great memories here over the years.
Many years, yeah.
Calling so many great sports. Thrilled to bring you the Youth World Flag Football Championships today.
Game 1 of 11 for you today.
Oh, my.
You're tired of listening to Drew and I today.
Another good return set up, and a flag going to be taken. That is Lucas Antal on the return. Lucas, boy, everybody can run on both of these teams.
You got to be athletic, right? You got to be able to move around. You got to be interchangeable. You'll see a lot of different players throw the ball as well from the quarterback position.
First down now. How about the inventive little handoff there? That ball was nearly intercepted. Florida coming up to knock it away as it was intended. Right there for number 0. That's Ethan Dudzak, who is also wearing 0 along with Eric Lee.
Yeah, and as long as you don't go through the back of the receiver, you have as much right to the ball as well, and that was a nice job there defensively.
This one's going to be incomplete. So we don't have any ladies on the field right now, but we are going to have more female participation in the coming games, Rini. here, and most of these teams co-ed and all female, as well as it's exploding, especially among the girls.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. We're going to see some tremendous athletes today.
Hashtag play like a hero. New York trying to continue to get it in range. Flag is going to be taken down right there. And still some work to do offensively here for the Pocono.
But got 4 new downs, and I think that was the importance of that run there.
So our clock now stops at 11 seconds. At under a minute in each half, Rini, the clock will stop, playing 2 halves here for each game.
So although they have 4 downs here, really probably 2, maybe 3 plays to try to get it in the end zone. Depends how long they take.
So a 12-6 score here. Florida over New York as it continues to warm up here on Championship Field, about 55 degrees right now. So that's a good sign for these players. I know conditions are always huge in tackle football. They play a big part in the outcome of a game. Do you think the same applies here?
Well, for the New York team, these kids, it's a warm day for them, right? Now, the Florida kids, it's a cool day for Floridians, but, you know, the sun's out, you know, the blood's flowing. They're fine. Today's is actually a really nice day. But, I mean, if it's a 20-degree day, 10-degree day, yeah, it does affect your fingers and catching the ball for sure.
Here's New York again, and a lot of speed from Florida. Again, coming in on the rush, a little slip down there on the scramble.
And New York had to call a timeout there. Surprised they ran the ball, took some time, had to use that timeout.
A lot of strategy goes into flag football. You see the coaches carefully drawing up the plays. Busy day in the NFL, busy weekend, big game last night. Green Bay and San Francisco coming down to the wire.
Yeah, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey get it done in the end. A lot of sad Green Bay fans today. They felt like they had that game.
Here we go. Poconos trying to score here. Double, now triple pass. Staying alive and falling down. Just got a little too cute that time, Rini.
Well, and when you have 5 seconds left in the half, you've got to at least give yourself a chance to score. You've got to be able to throw the ball up in the end zone. And not very good offensively there for the New York team.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration you see.
Got a little too fancy for their own good.
But still, busy first half of action. And both teams got right to work out of the jump. Here was Florida, the MIA flag team, going to work, and this was a heck of a run.
Yeah, just a little shuffle pass there, right, on first down, and they score, and then the New York team says, you know what, we'll score in one play as well. They get it to their big man, Eric Lee, there with the moves into the end zone.
Florida goes back to work. Of a run this was, spinning along the sidelines and scoring. Made a joke that was Patrick Mahomes out there. Of course, everybody trying to be like him right now. Remember back in the 90s, everybody trying to be like Michael Jordan. Right now, everybody trying to be like Mahomes.
Isn't it incredible to think in Patrick Mahomes' career, he's never played a road playoff game, and he's about to do that today in Buffalo? So listen, weather's not going to affect him. If you're a Buffalo fan, you would think the Bills Mafia, that crowd would get loud and cause some problems for the offensive line. But, you know, Super Bowl champion as many times as he is, he's not going to be fazed. But you would think if you're a Bills fan, this is the one you got to get, right?
Had a chance to watch that game last week. Kansas City beating Miami. And guess what? Tyreek Hill has been present here this week at the flag football Youth World Championships at Disney. So we'll get a glimpse at that a little bit later in our coverage. The biggest, I think, spectacle, most exciting player in the league. Yeah, Cheetah, Tyreek Hill.
I might have to ask him about the cold, because that was just unworldly cold in that game.
So the New York football here to start the second half, 10-minute halves here in these championships. Get a look at Lucas Santal right there. He's got a lot on his plate here in this championship game, and there's just nothing like bringing a team packing up the bus, coming here to Disney at the Wide World of Sports. All the action, the environment, the spectacle, the hoopla, and a chance to get on ESPN as well.
It's the culmination of great seasons for these teams, and try to cap it off with a championship here at Disney.
Motion now, hand it off. How about this? Eric Lee doesn't get much. Wow.
But that, I like the play call because it puts the onus on the defense. Like, you better pull flags. And guess what? TTG stepped up and he had a nice flag pull there.
Can't remember the last time we just saw a straight handoff in flag football. I like it though. How about a screen pass this time? Eric Lee has been dynamite. He's got good hands catching it out of the backfield as he is knocked out of bounds after a short gain. Anytime you got zero motoring at you, you're certainly going to think twice.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Lee now goes to the sideline. He'll take a quick break.
2 downs here to get it past midfield where the cones are.
Chris Thompson on the field right now for New York Pocono. And also have number 11, John McNeil. He is at the top of your screen. New York trying to tie up the game here with the score. So this is on tall, slipping one defender. Taking it upfield, and his flag is pulled. Good job by Eric Costa, number 17 for Florida, staying at home.
Yeah, got to get that pull there. Gets it. They actually called a penalty for getting in the way of the runner. He had picked up the first down and the new set of downs, I should say. Regardless, they'll get a little yardage here, but now 4 downs here for New York to try to score.
Lots of chatter on the field right now. And official sorting something out here. Coaches also getting involved. I think a lot of times the spot of the football is something that can easily get confused.
Correct. And they didn't mark off the penalty. They just did right now. So
the Pocono got the plays on the wristbands just like you see in 11 on 11. And here we go. On tall, short pass was tipped up in the air, was nearly intercepted as Jelani Riera just could not reel it in.
Yeah, a little too much heat on that one for Riera. Goes up, but a lot of times you get those tip balls in the middle of the field, they get intercepted. Luckily for New York, it falls to the ground.
So turnover on downs. And now the Florida team, MIA flag, will take over and a chance to really separate here. Or do we see it? We still have another play here for New York Pocono. Still getting adjusted, Rainey, to this.
Well, I think the powwow of the referees kind of confused everything.
Yep. Here's Antal. Lots of time down the middle into traffic and incomplete.
He threw that into triple coverage there for Miami, broken up by Montalvo. Michael. He's going to get a little bump in the head here in the middle. Hopefully he's okay.
So Monfallo comes out here momentarily. Just because it's flag football doesn't mean it's not physical. It certainly be.
Yeah, absolutely. You break up a play like that, bodies are going to bang into each other.
So 3rd down here coming up. Hashtag play like a hero. Hashtag us. Put us on social media, especially if you're here at Disney. On tall, rearing up. He wants the end zone. The corner shot is just out of bounds. Eric Lee climbed the ladder, could not bring it down.
Well, and when I first saw the ball release, I said, this is going to be out of the back of the end zone. But Eric Lee goes up, almost comes down with it, keeping a foot in bounds as well, but just can't quite make the catch.
Good defense that time. Ethan Consuela is there to knock it away. Eric Lee has been the MVP so far for New York. They're going to need a little bit more, though, than just him. The team from Florida's just got too many weapons. You hear the chants for MIA. They have brought the fanfare here to Disney, and now they will take over on downs.
And now under 5 minutes left in the game, so if you're Miami here, go down and score, you can put this thing away.
Yeah, that was a huge defensive stand for MIA flag, and oh, Reedy, we're going to get
A little false start action.
Yeah. Looks like number 20, Nicholas Donoso, threw everybody off.
Yeah, well, in the center started to snap and then stopped, and unfortunately can't do that. And I love it in flag football. He spots the ball himself.
So here we go. MIA flag could probably put this game away with a score, or at least make it really difficult for New York. Another sidearm pass, and all of a sudden the defense is starting to really take over this game. Eric Card playing it really well there.
Yeah, I mean, New York cannot let Miami score here because the game will be over with this running clock the way it is. Really, if you're New York, if you can get an interception, get a takeaway, then you're in good position here.
I have a friend who coaches flag football, Rini. These teams doing agility drills, really warming up. The game has taken off so much at the high school level across the country as well, certainly in the state of Florida. And we see these two teams really taking it seriously. Some casual fans would think, oh, flag football, it's just kind of playing around. No, it is extremely serious.
No, very serious now. Kids take it serious with their, as you said, Drew, the coaching they get and just the workouts and getting ready for it.
Coming up on 3 minutes now. Lots of time. Go for the home run shot. Had him in stride. What a catch. Touchdown. Jordan Wilson. An incredible grab.
That's what you call a backbreaker. Wilson with the speed gets past the defender. It gets thrown up by Fundora, the quarterback. And look at this one-handed catch by Jordan Wilson into the end zone. Huge play for Miami.
That is as good a catch as we have seen all week long here at Disney. A one-handed grab by Jordan Wilson, and one to remember.
And good throw by Fedora as well. Put it out there, let your big receiver Wilson use his speed and athleticism and go make that one-handed catch.
So now they go for the extra point in an 18-6 game. This to make it 19-6, give a 13-point edge if Florida can convert this. Fundora, time again, back of the end zone, tack on one more, and again it's Wilson.
And I like what Fundora did there. He scanned the field, and then he saw Wilson in the middle, and he knows he's tall, long arms, little hook route, and he puts it up high so Wilson can go up and make that catch. And now Miami's in really good position, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, these two teams played yesterday as well and tied 13-13, so you knew this was going to be a good game.
Watching this game, though, I think back to the great Kevin Cork. He once told me a long time ago, a team from Florida out on these fields playing for a championship, I'll take them every single time.
Yeah, and I was wrong. Our schedule was wrong, so these teams did not play yesterday, so I stand corrected on that.
But something to be said with the Florida teams, though, playing in championships, in youth competitions. They are so tough to beat. So out of bounds, Poconos will take over, and not much time to work with here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Miami now, you want to almost play a prevent, right? You don't want anything over the top, underneath football.
It is amazing too, Rini, how quickly these games go by. You really have to make adjustments quick.
If you get up by 2 scores late in the second half, I mean, you pretty much put the game away. It's very hard to come back with a minute or 2 minutes left if you're down by 2 scores.
Eric Lee now steps in as the quarterback. He hands it off here, and Tall's going to be taken down before he could really get anything going. Good play made by number 19, Johan Gonzalez.
Yeah, excellent pull there by Gonzalez as he comes up.
Now 40 seconds. Florida closing in on our first championship of the day. Antal surveying things, goes far side. And Eric Lee, once again, Michael Monfalo, able to make sure that gain is minimalized.
Yeah, Monfalo now. Miami, this possession right here and the one before, nice job pulling flags.
Now coach is out on the field here for New York, trying to stir up something, but I think officials going to make him stand on the sidelines here, or at least take his team there, as we are winding down here. A timeout on the field in our first game. Drew Felios, Rini Ingolia coming up. We have got the young ladies taking the field, and Rini, when I say young, I mean 8 and under. It's going to be so much fun watching the kids play flag football here in our next contest.
Yeah, I love watching the younger kids play and how much passion they have, and they just want to have fun too, you know.
Launch this one. Antal looking for Eric Lee. Did he catch it? He did. And yes, he scored.
Yeah, it's the one thing you can't do there if you're Miami, give a play up like that. You just can't do that. I mean, you let a guy go right down the sideline, you got to keep him in front of you. Nothing underneath is going to hurt you. This is the only thing that can hurt you right there. They did not know where the ball is. DeMarcus Anderson, 0, kind of loses the ball for Miami. You see 3, Jordan Wilson coming over, but I mean, you got to have safeties in the middle of the field, and you just can't have that happen.
So here we go. So 1-point conversion on the way. Antal's got the hot hand right now. Can he find his teammate again? Not this time. So that is big because it's going to take a touchdown and extra point to tie this up. And again, just 20 seconds to work with. So Florida going to get the football back. And they're going to have to keep full pressure on Florida. If you're New York, you got to get that football back. That means per play, you cannot have 8-9 second plays eating up the rest of that clock.
Yeah, but, you know, tremendous job by New York to get that big touchdown pass to Eric Lee.
Sure. Tell you what, Eric Lee, I'd love to see him with the pads on.
Now, he's one that I would imagine will pad it up here.
So New York trying to figure out, okay, how do we make this interesting over these next 20 seconds?
So in lieu of an onside kick here, Drew, they got to play here to try to get the ball back.
And it's not going to amount to much. Another play made by Johan Gonzalez, and that's going to pretty much do it. So New York goes to the bag of tricks. In the end, MIA flag will hoist the first championship of the day. Team from Florida over the team from New York, 19-12, the final score.
And ultimately, one of the biggest difference was, and towards that end of the game, Miami flag, excellent job pulling flags.
Yeah, that was a huge difference. Also, their quarterback was outstanding as well. Justin Fedor, the big throws. And there's the final. 7-point edge for Florida over New York, 19-12. MIA flag